Hello, everyone. What's up, guys? Can you hear us all right?
Hello there.
Well, just off the start, so I'm Bruno Carvalho. I'm a game designer here at QUByte, and here with me we have Marcel, which is our lead artist. Say hello to everyone.
Hello everyone. I'm Marcel Bernardi, QUByte's lead artist. We're gonna show something we have playing around in here.
Yeah,
Hope you all like it.
yeah. So this live is to show you guys a little bit of content and provide you some feedback around the beta we had for Breakers Collection, right? And to give you a little bit of an insight on the offline content, some new modes that we have prepared. Uh, so just before we start, are you guys able to hear us all right? How is the audio? How is the video? Please do let us know. So a shout out to everyone at the watching us both on YouTube and Twitch and also on Steam. So we have like Felipe, we have Leandro, we have Fear Games, we have Gus, yeah, Gus Lorenzo, who is our PR guy, our
PR
marketing guy.
I wish to apologize first because some Portuguese words will come out eventually. Sorry for that in advance.
So QUByte is a Brazilian game development, right? So we started our business back in 2020, like 2010, no, 2009,
Yeah.
and we have been working with video games since then. We have brought some of our games to all major console platforms. So we have like 99 Vidas and Vasara, which are both releases that have been internally developed by QUByte, but we also publish games to those consoles as well. So one of our business branches is actually what we call porting and publishing, in which we help smaller developers to bring their games to major platforms, so to consoles, PC sometimes as well, and also mobile. So we have released like 80 plus games over the course of the years.
Exactly.
So you may have seen some of our games around. So, or if you haven't, pleased to meet you all. We are here today to talk a little bit about Breakers Collection. Right off the bat, let me make it very clear. We are not announcing a release date today, and the reason for that is that our teams they have been hard at work to bring the best experience we can get to both online and offline for Breakers Collection. What we can tell you is that we are definitely aiming for a 2022 release, so the game is releasing this year. We will hold another event, another special event in which we will let you know the release date and the plans we have for Breakers Collection. Maybe some early access? Who knows?
Yeah.
We are considering the options, okay? But what we wanted to do today is to show you a little bit of how of the game, how the game has been developing since we started. For those of you who are not acquainted or may not be familiar with the game, Breakers is a fighting game released back in 1996, the original Breakers, with Breakers Revenge, which is the sequel released like 2 years later. They were both published by Visco back then, developed and published by Visco back then. And QUByte, sorry, QUByte has a partnership with Visco to bring some of their games to modern consoles, right? So the first game that came out of this partnership was Vasara, right? So Vasara Collection was actually a collection of the first two games that were originally released only on arcades in Japan.
Let me stop right there. You from YouTube? Is everything okay? Can you watch us? Can you hear us? Because we are receiving some problems with YouTube platform. Okay, it seems that's okay. Sorry, Bruno. You can start over.
Yeah. So, as I was saying, we have a Sarah Collection, which was our first game developed in this partnership with Visco. And Breakers is the second product of this partnership with them. And some of you may know Breakers already because like back then it didn't go that well when it comes to if we talk about commercial success, but it became a cult hit because of the gameplay. So a major how can I say that? A major point of the success that we have faced with Breakers is because of the gameplay. Because people felt that uh, the gameplay was unlike any other. So you did have great games back then, like Street Fighter and King of Fighters, but the way that Breakers and especially Breakers Revenge play out, it's something unique, right? And that's what we are here to discuss today. So the gameplay you're seeing here is the gameplay that we produced during the online beta that we had earlier this year, back in February, right? So
Exactly.
February 2022. And we actually have some numbers that we would like to present. So let us see what we got here. So in the meantime,
Yeah.
tell them about your experience with the game. So, or
Well,
maybe tell them a little bit of your background in the gaming industry, and then we go.
yeah, I prefer that because my background with breakers is horrible because I'm really bad at the game. I'm really bad at it. I believe I won just one match against Bruno, and we played a lot. I believe we will play it a little bit today, but I hope you guys bring me luck because I'm really bad at it. Well, just presenting myself again. I'm Marcel. I'm lead artist here in QUByte. I'm here since the beginning. I'm a co-founder, and I believe I'm the only one who didn't want to work with games. I work with 3D animation and marketing and everything else. And I came here in QUByte to make some assets and everything. And at the end, I love it so much that I'm here today. And I believe I'll be here for a long, long time. So I'm helping a lot with all the games. I'm responsible with managing all the art guys and everything. Here we will see we make a great job with the overlay interfaces and the online from breakers that we have a lot of artists working on it. They're very, very good. Shout out to everyone, to Natalia and everyone else, to JP, to a lot of
Yeah,
guys.
actually, let us speak of the team, right? So we have a very, very good team working on that. So we have our lead programmer there, which is Marquitos. We also have our programmer that actually produced what we call the QUByte emulation engine, which is Fabio. We also have Natalia, you mentioned, who's working
Yeah,
on the interfaces. We
the
have,
design interface, the UI,
yeah,
the UX.
and we also have some assisting programmers as JP and Kaiki, and now we have Felipe
Now
who has
Felipe
joined
now just
to
joined
assist in the porting, right?
exactly to they are playing in all platforms. They a bunch of guys doing it work very well on all the platforms. I believe that you like it very much.
Yeah, and something very important, I believe most of you may already know that, but uh, Breakers Collection is releasing to all major platforms, both current and legacy. So we are talking PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series here, but also Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Switch. Yeah, so this is something that we wanted to do from the start to bring this experience to the largest audience we can get, right? So that's why
Exactly.
we decided to bring it to.
It's crazy to think about PS4 and Xbox X like legacy platforms, but they are.
They are, yeah, because
Yeah,
that's what it is right now. We have
that's what it
current
is.
generation, which is actually PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series,
Xbox
right?
Series.
Yeah, and the online component will be available to all platforms. As we have mentioned before, there will be cross-platform online. We cannot confirm yet which platforms will be part of that, and the reason for that is there is some technical aspects behind the scenes, like that we need to take into consideration, mainly when dealing with platforms from different generations. So to answer your questions, yes, there will be cross-platform multiplayer or online multiplayer. We cannot just confirm yet which platforms will be part of it, right?
Exactly.
What else? There are several questions that people have had about the online mode. So first off, during the beta, you could play like one of the many available online modes. So we have ranked modes. So we have versus modes. We have social modes as well, which do not count your ranking. But we will have like tournament modes online, something that our team is working on as well. And like I said, you can expect like all the love that our team is working on that is going to reflect in the game because we are working to bring the best experience we can get you and a series of modes that formerly were part of the gaming community will be included in the game as well. And this is what we are here to introduce to you today, right? So we are going to show you some of these uh, additional modes that we have created because we wanted to bring, okay, of course we wanted to bring you the experience because the game is really good, right? So we want to show you and to introduce some people
Yeah.
to breakers, right? But we also wanted to bring a unique experience that you couldn't get anywhere else,
The
right?
best experience that old players and professional players wanted to do
Yeah.
to have with breakers. We want to deliver it.
And this is something very important that you said, right? So we are aiming to bring this kind of experience to newcomers but experienced games alike. So for those of you who play like Breakers Revenge competitively, there will be something there for you.
Exactly.
For those of you that just want to play for the fun of it and maybe get to know a game that you haven't known, this is something that we are taking care of as well, right? And you see some of that reflected here when we start the gameplay section, right? But before we do, we would like to take a few more questions from you guys online. So, do we have any special questions? There's a good question here from Ultra Willpower. He's asking, is PS5 Xbox release physical or digital? So, we are releasing the game both physically and digitally. So, we are publishing the digital versions ourselves. But we have our partner that is bringing the game in physical form in PlayStation 5. Yes, it's included.
Yeah.
Our partner is Restricted Limited Games, right?
SLG.
And the game is up for sale already, right? So you can already
It's in
pre-order
pre-order,
your
yeah.
version on their website, right? Something very important. QUByte here is saying like we do have our marketing staff there. Our PR guys are in the chat with you guys. So if you have any questions, you can also direct there. They will let us know, right?
Just to add, in the physical release, the collector's edition is becoming beautiful.
Yeah, it's coming out really, really
so good.
beautiful, right? Yeah. And just in the meantime, you know what you can do? You can actually add Breakers Collection to your wish list on Steam. But and you tell me, okay, guys, but I'm not purchasing the game on PC. But if you add it to your wish list, you're gonna be up to date with all the
With all the
information we have,
news,
right? So
yeah.
even if you are planning on buying the game on consoles, adding the game to your wish list will guarantee you get the latest news that we have available for Breakers Collection, as well as we mentioned. So we are discussing the possibility of performing a new beta, and the beta, for now at least, is going to be PC exclusive. So if you add it to your wish list, you'll be the first to know when we are entering a new beta, right? So that there's no harm in adding that. You don't pay anything to add us to your wish list, right? So just go ahead and do it. It's bit.ly, right? Slash breakers Steam.
With two S's.
Double S's there, yeah. So breakers and then Steam. So the S for the breakers, the S for Steam. Yeah. What else, Marcel? What else? Do we have anything?
Well, let's see. Yeah.
Is there any difference between the PS4 and PS5 versions? Not sure which version to order. So, the base game is pretty much the same, right? So, Both of the games you get like content that is expected, so you're gonna have access to all offline and online modes. The only difference, like I said, is that we are not sure yet which versions will be part of the cross-platform online multiplayer. So there may be a divergence there, right? So there may be, we are not sure yet, like I said, because of technical reasonings behind the platforms, right?
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of technical issues. We have to solve it. There are lots of testing occurring right now that
mhm,
we're trying to solve it. So we can't promise anything like that for now. But we hope to solve everyone as soon as possible.
yeah. So will ultra power, so ultra willpower is actually asking us if there's going to be extra mode available in the collection, right? So this is something that we are still studying because extra mode is something that was originally implemented in breakers for New Geo CD, right? So this is a different game. It may not seem so, but it is a different game that needs to be emulated. So our team is working on that. So just so you know, what we're going to see here today is not the final version of the offline modes. So yes, this is something that we have considered. This is something that our teams are studying. Yeah, but we cannot commit to that yet because, like I said, there are technical reasonings behind that. But rest assured, we are considering several of the requests you guys have placed on online forums, on Discord. So we have our Discord server. Please go ahead and join our Discord server. There we have a Discord server for QUByte and a specific one for Breakers Revenge that we participate. So I'll ask our marketing guys to please paste it in the chat, the links for you. And and yes, we listen to your requests. We take into consideration those, and rest assured that everything that we find possible to implement in the game will be there.
And that's why I want to make another open beta or closed beta. We will see it. To you guys, give us more ideas and more things you want to be included in the game. We want to develop the game with you. Uh, the game is for you, of course.
Yeah,
That's why we need you to play it and give us ideas and give us what you think, what you like, what you don't like, what works, what doesn't work, and everything else.
yeah, and I believe that's something that the online beta, right, back in February, that brought us a very good experience with that. So we
Exactly.
had people playing the game. We have like several hundreds of people playing the game online and collecting their feedback. That was really, really valuable. We got
Exactly.
a lot of information to actually improve the experience, right? So that's why we believe it's so important. So as we said earlier, we are definitely considering maybe an additional beta or maybe some sort of early access so we can collect our feedback and make the experience even better until the final release, right? And that's why we don't want to commit with a release date right now. Like I said, we will have a special event in the near future just to let you know the release date. But for now, what we have to do, what we have to show you guys today is the content that we are introducing and a little bit more of the offline modes that we haven't shown yet, right?
Exactly.
Uh, Akito Kun is actually asking, will you support some kind of tournament? Yes. So we are planning on not only having tournament modes included in the game, which is something that we are currently working on, but also have formal tournaments, uh, be it regionally or globally, for Breakers Collection, right? So we actually planning both things. So tournament mode in game and tournaments around Breakers
Actually,
Collection.
tournaments, it's something that we like it a lot, and we are having so many ideas with this, so many things that we can make, that we can do to improve it, and to for you guys that we can talk about everything right now, but yes, definitely tournaments are on the roadmap.
Yeah, Michelle Vigita, he has asked if he understood well that there will be cross-platform online modes, right? So Yes, like I said, let me just make it very clear. Yes, there will be cross-platform online modes. We are not able to do so right now to state right now which will be the platforms, right? So there will definitely be we cannot only commit right now to say which will be part of it, but to answer your question, Michelle, oui, mais je ne peux dire quelques consoles, non. Oui, mais excuse my French, not that good. Sorry for that, right?
I won't even try.
Euh, je peux lire mieux que je peux parler. Oui. Uh, okay, back to the game. So let's play a little bit
Yes, that's
of
what
it.
I'm
So
here for. Because you all guys know that I'm not a very good talker.
yeah, so let's start by having the game here.
That's only one thing that is worse than speaking English, and that's playing breakers.
Yeah, come on now. Let's see here. We're gonna play it on PC here, guys. So let's just start it here. Okay, just let us know if the audio is still okay. Yeah. So before we proceed, let's show you around some of the menus we have here, right? So uh, under the do we show that here? Let me see. Should
No.
we the extras
The
menu?
extra ones.
Yeah.
Why not? I believe there's some of the guys who participate in the extras here watching us. So
Yeah,
I
really.
believe it will be a very cool thing to so they can see what we're doing.
Yeah, so the
with their
extras
sandals.
menu, we actually have a sound test gallery in which you are able to play some of the audios, not only sound effects, but also the tracks from these games, right? So as you can see here, but also the gallery, we actually have some fan art. So some of you guys who are fans of Breakers and brought us some of your arts, they will be displayed in the game as well. They will be unlocked over the course of the game.
So,
Not only fan art, but we also have promo art, right? Uh, so all of the kind of arts that were used to promote Breakers at the time of release, they will be displayed here as well.
there are also some original concepts, original designs,
Never released, right? So we do
never
have
released before.
like original concepts from characters that have never been released that are
Yeah.
going to be part of it. So as you play the game, you'll be able to unlock arts from each of the characters, and as we said, fun arts and promo arts as well, right?
And if you want to send us some fun arts, that you can send it on the chat. There's a lot of people from QUByte watching, and you can send us.
Not
Who
in the
knows?
chat. Not the chat's not a very good mean of doing that.
No,
So
not the image, but you can enter in contact with our
Twitter,
people.
use our
Yeah.
Twitter account. So if you go to
Twitter, yes.
twitter.com
Perfect. Thank
slash
you.
QUByte Games, you're gonna contact our marketing team there, and you can share your fan art and let us know if you'd like to be part of the game, right?
We can't promise anything, but who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna try. Yeah. Now, besides this, right? So we also have the options. Options are options,
Yeah.
right? So have your options. This is like you have options like the game volume and menu volume. But most important, I do get these requests a lot. So people want to play like the game in its original resolution. So it is available here. You can also change it to fit to your screen. So you can it fits to the height of your screen and adds a bar to the side, so you can actually keep the original proportion without
Exactly.
deforming the game. But also some people prefer to play full screen, right?
It will distort a little bit, but some people don't care.
Yeah,
So
some people
it's
just want to see
available.
something full
Yeah.
screen, right? And you also have filters here. So you have the original, which is going to keep the resolution intact, but also you have smoothing filter, so it's going to make the image smoother. So you also have a CRT that emulates the CRT
The
monitors
television
at the time, right?
monitors. Yeah.
So
who doesn't know CRT? It's the old televisions, the old
Yeah,
arcades, monitors, and everything.
exactly.
Very cool
And
filter.
something that we have here, and you're going to be able to see better during the matches, is that we have an option to change the background. So you have options to have no background. So you have black bars in case you're using the original resolution, or the horizontal, the
Horizontal.
vertical fit,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
horizontal, vertical fit, but also many other options that we're going to show you here. Okay, and display movement is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not going to speak of it right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you later what it is, right? So here you have something that is for you to reassign your controllers, right? So,
Let me see here.
oops, wait a minute.
Okay.
Then we have online modes, which are not covering today. And then game selection actually takes you to the offline modes, because each of the games has their own set of offline modes, right? So I have Breakers and Breakers Revenge here. So you pick your game. And once you pick your game, you have like arcade mode, you have versus local versus mode, you have an online mode for specifically for Breakers Revenge, and you have training mode and our leaderboards, right? So training mode is something that is new to the game officially, right? So we do have that applied in the community, and like I said, not everything here you see here is final. So take that into consideration. The game's still in beta, right? And it also you see more features added. Thanks to Marquitas, our lead programmer, something that I'm very proud to announce is that in its final release, Breakers, both Breakers and Breakers Revenge, will have a team battle mode,
Yeah.
meaning that you guys who are fans of Breakers, but would also like to play it with a little bit of a King of Fighters twist, that's going to be possible. Not only that, it will be available for versus modes and arcade modes as well. So you'll be able to pick your team and play against the computer or play against your friends using a team of your choice
Yeah,
with
you
multiple
make your
characters.
roster, your character roster, and that will be your team.
Yeah.
And uh, you're trying to make now all the roster from Chose, but it won't be possible. Who knows Breakers understand the joke.
Yeah, show
It was a horrible
social.
joke.
Yeah. But let's take that being said, let's go and check a little bit of the training mode, right? So, like I said, we know that the community enjoys training modes. We have
Yeah.
seen that a lot. So, the first thing you do is to pick your stage, right? So, select your stage here. Let's go with, I don't know what you say, Ocean, right? You're not there yet. So,
Oh,
let's pick show for now. Let's go for Saizo here, right? Now, let us show you a little bit of what we were talking about, right? So once you pause the game, right, you have the menu here. The settings is going to bring the menu for you to configure your training session. So you have all sorts of components here, like if you want to display damage info, if you want to display input data, you see, now it's going to show my inputs on screen. You can actually set up your life bars and gauge. So your special gauge and life bars to infinite mode, and then stun, I'll leave it as normal. Then you can actually set the second player with the same, and also you can set the behavior. And this is something really interesting because here the behavior can be dummy. It's going to be like sitting idle, right? Or you can define behaviors like walking forward, walking backward, the pretty much the standard stuff you have for training modes, right? But if you pay attention here, you also have recording behavior, meaning you can set up a specific behavior that you input to be part of that characters. So you can replicate specific fighting conditions with the training mode, right?
Exactly.
Not only that, you can also have, if you want, a player two interacting with you during the training sessions, right? Now, let's for just for the purpose of showing you how that works, let's put it just for now, dummy and idle, right? Let's go back. Then the options, now you're going to be able to see what we were talking about, right? Type 2 here is fitting to the screen
With the height,
vertically, right?
the
So
height of the game and the height
yeah,
of the
but if
screen.
we resume to type 1, it's going to be the original resolution. And like we said, type 3 will stretch it to become full screen. I'm a big fan of the fit, so I'll leave it at type 2. Then change filters, as I told you. If you pay attention, you're going to be able to see the original resolution is like this. But if we come here, oops, it's options.
Options, yeah.
And oops, not this.
Sorry for that.
Yeah. If we change to smooth, you see that you're actually gonna have a smoother screen. So you see that it's gonna not be as edgy as it is when you have the original resolution in place, right? And you also have the option to CRT,
yeah.
right?
If you want the old arcade vibe, this is
Exactly. It's gonna mimic
yeah.
the look and feel of the old arcade monitors, right? Like this. For now, let's leave it at the original resolution. Yeah. Of course, you have like every modern game, you have, as we don't have the arcade flyers anymore, you won't be able to see the moves, right? But the move list is here for each of the characters, including Baiho. Yeah. But also remember what I told you when we were talking about the background, right? That you can actually have a random background displayed, so a random image on the background, but you also have none for black bars, and you can choose specific backgrounds as well. But when you type, when you actually click, you check display move list, you have the set of moves from your character in your screen. So on screen for you to press, right? So exactly. Now you can actually perform your training without having to go into the move list. The move list will be available on screen, but you can also turn it off if you'd like, right? And this is something that we really cherish here at QUByte, is that we want to give the player as many options as we can. We want the player to be able to choose what they want to do, right? So let's show a little bit of how that works, right? So training mode here, we have, so you can see that we have the damage and stun being displayed there and the combo counter. And on the left of the screen, you see that we have the inputs being displayed, right? If I want to turn off those inputs, I can go to settings here and then disable input data, right?
You guys are seeing the game okay? It's everything. It's pretty okay from here, but
yeah, let us know if you guys are seeing all right. Let us know what you think of the game so far, and if you have any questions about what you have seen so far, right?
Let me see some comments here. I don't know. Yeah, just give us a little second so you can.
Really? Yeah.
You guys are seeing a little laggy on the gameplay.
So people are reporting that
it's the transmission.
The online feed is not working properly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're receiving some feedbacks here. Sorry, I picked up your mouse.
Maybe we should transition to back to the video and let people ask questions, and then we get back to that. Let's see if we can get the internet to work properly here, right? So let's resume.
This is a pre-recorded video from them. Right.
Yeah.
Sorry for that. Manda por aqui.
So we have a question here. Did you take a look into that color thing? Um, this is a very good question. Actually, breakers, we do have like a color mode. You select the color based on the button you press, right? So
Yeah.
each button you press gives you a different color. And something that our team is working on is actually to grant you access to additional colors. So instead of having like five or different colors, we're thinking of maybe granting you access to 8 to 9 colors.
Yeah.
But this is not going to be like some people are asking that because they want to have something similar to what modern games having, which you pick your character first and then you select the color. This is not how that works. We are going to preserve that from the original game. So the color of your character is going to be based on the button
Yeah, it's
you
attached to the
press
button. Yeah,
during the selection screen. Okay.
exactly. Yeah, I believe it's that way with other fighting games as well.
Yeah. So Ekinokon is asking us which programming languages framework did you use? So we are actually using um, Unity, right, as our platform, as our engine
Yeah,
for primarily interfaces. Yeah,
and to hold the game itself, but yes,
yeah.
Unity is
But
running behind
we
all the
also use
curtains.
a
Yeah,
lot of custom code in the background to run the emulation engine, right? So
yeah.
it's a mix of custom code with Unity as a front end for the interfaces and
And the output for the
the user.
platforms and
Yes.
everything, the input and everything else.
Hmm. You guys have any other questions? What options do we have to personalize our game profiles? Very good question, actually. This is something that uh, we wanted to take a more modern approach. So, in your gamer profile, you have access to different quotes. So, something that is very common in games these days, like
Yeah,
you have quotes for, and you actually gain access to those as you play the game more. So when you play the game online, actually both modes. When you play the game online and offline, you actually have access to new titles and new quotes that you're going to be able to customize in your gamer profile. But also, you have access to different pictures for your profile, and you gain those all within the game. So something that is very important that you wanted to comment.
several of them. That's a lot.
We want to make it very clear that all of the content in the game will be available for you free of charge, right? So there will be no additional uh,
No battle pass or
yeah,
anything.
so there will be no additional,
Nothing like
like,
that.
but I mean like winning codes or something like that that is going to be charged from you guys, right? So the whole experience, the full experience will be available for you free of charge, meaning
You have
you
to
pay for,
play it.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
pay
have
for
to
the game
play it.
once, but you don't have to pay for anything else besides the game you already paid for, right?
But
So
you have to earn it. You have to win a lot
exactly.
of
So
matches.
we are old time gamers, so old school gamers. So we like the way that games worked in the yesteryear.
Yeah.
So the way for you to unlock those profile pictures and winning quotes and profiles um, messages are by playing the game. So
Exactly.
either you play arcade modes or you finish the game with a certain character is going to unlock something. You play X amount of versus matches, or you get a certain ranking level. You get that as well, right? And this is something very important from the online modes. We have a ranking that ranges from clear up to platinum, if I'm not mistaken, or diamond. It's diamond platinum. I believe it's platinum, right? It goes up to
Yeah.
something like that. So, and as you win more games, or as you play more the game, you actually raise into the ranks, and you have like special events for each of these rankings happen, right?
That's a very interesting question right there from Boris Sarox.
we actually have a very good question
Yeah.
before that. Ultra willpower. Have you guys ever considered adding replay control into the collection, just like in Guilty Gear?
Yeah.
Because that feature is a modern game changer.
Yeah.
And the answer to that is yes. We actually have that in Breaker's collection. So not only you are able to review your own matches with the replay feature, but also check your friends' replays, and assume control during the match of those events, right? So if you're watching a match and you think like, I could have won that match. I would have done this or that. You don't have to wonder anymore. What you have to do is you go into that replay section and you take control, and you are able to finish that fight or to perform that action you wanted to.
Yeah,
So we are very proud of that.
it's a very good feature to learn how to counterattack, how to defend
Exactly.
yourself like certain play styles, and to develop your own play style so you can record a previous match and fight against it several times, how many times you want. It's a
Exactly.
very good feature.
Yeah. And like I said, this is not just for your own matches, but also for the matches of your friends and for people you face. And this is something that, besides of course what you have in your platforms, like that you have your friend list, we also have the friends and the blocking list within Breakers collection, so you can actually check the profiles and the replays from people you face online and from your list of friends, both within the game and those that are in your friends list and play the game as well. Right?
It's one of my favorite features because I can train with it. Man, how can I defend myself like that? How can I counterattack like that? So it's very good for training, very good for learning the game, for gaining agility with the controls and everything. It's very good
Yeah.
for me especially because
So do we have any more questions here? Do you think adding a
we may try again
Alex
to play.
Sheen? Just
Yeah,
Alex
yeah,
Sheen.
sure.
Another question: do you think adding a survival mode along with team battle, because modern fighting games don't have those modes? Yes, we are also considering adding extra modes such as a survival mode. So this is something, like I said, we cannot commit to that right now, but this is something that we are definitely studying. A survival mode is definitely uh, being worked on. If it's gonna make it to the final version, we still have to see. But yeah, this is something that we are actively pursuing.
The programmers are watching all the comments, are seeing all this. They are seeing that what you guys want the most, what you guys are thinking, and a lot of these ideas they already gave us. And okay, let's try to put it. Let's try to make it work.
Yeah.
So
Also, something very important. People have asked here. Jonas Rezier has asked, "Is a Wi-Fi indicator planned?" Yes. So those who participated in the online beta, they could see that we actually have, before every match, you'll be able to see the kind of connectivity that is available for those matches, and you'll be able to see if players are connected via cable or they're connected via Wi-Fi. We're gonna have displays of the response time, so you're gonna be able to see the ping to each of the enemies you're gonna be facing. And I say each of them because not only you're gonna have like versus matches, but we also have lobbies, right? So online lobbies, and you'll be able to join a group of friends or get in a lobby with up to 8 players right now.
just to make it clear, it's not planned. It's already working.
Yeah, this is something
Yeah,
that is already,
it's already
working,
working.
right?
It's already like that.
Yeah. Um, what else do we have here? So
Oh, very good news
Yeah.
there from Gus Lorenzo.
So you guys who are actually checking the live right now, We have Gus there, who is one of our guys from the marketing team, and he's gonna be sharing one key from of one of our games to you guys in the chat. So stay tuned, and keep the questions coming.
Ooh.
So when is the physical deluxe edition coming out? Just as we mentioned earlier today, we will not talk about release dates yet, and that's for both the digital and physical versions. We will hold a special event very soon, just to let you guys know of the release date of Breakers Collection. Okay?
And there it is.
Yeah.
You.
So first to pick at it, Gus has already posted the code in the chat, huh?
It's an Xbox game.
Yeah.
It's not Breakers, but it's a
'Cause it's
very
not
good
out yet,
game.
yeah.
But it's a very good game.
So on the PC port, will you allow, this is Ultra Willpower again. On the PC port, will you allow players to reassign and reconfigure their keyboards for play? Yes.
Yeah.
So we have, and this is working already, right? Like I said, we have a specific screen on options that is specifically for you to reassign your controller as you wish. So that is the same for keyboards, right?
Yeah.
Though I must confess, I'm not a big fan of playing fighting games with keyboards, right? But I do know that some people really like it, and they say that.
And actually, they are very good to play it on.
Yeah, it's
on
really
keyboards.
difficult in my opinion. But they say that the lag, there's no lag because it's physical, right? So
Yeah,
some people that have those physical keyboards,
prefer to play on
they
it.
prefer on it, right? So yeah.
And they are very good at it.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. It's very good. Yeah. But yeah, it will be configurable.
Yeah. So what else?
Man,
Will Breakers have specific achievements for each version of the game? Can you show some? Few games. Yes. Yes. The each part of the collection is going to have its own set of achievements and trophies. So yes, there will be trophies specific to Breakers Online. There will be specific trophies to Breakers Arcade Mode, specific trophies and achievements to Breakers Revenge as well. So we wanted to make sure that people could experience all the pieces of the game.
Yeah.
So that's why the achievements will be spread out across these different modes of the game. So online modes, yes, but you don't need to worry. Oh, do I have to win like 100 matches online? No, that's not the kind of achievement we have. We have achievements for you to like as an incentive for people to play the online mode, not for people to be like endlessly playing battle after battle in online modes. So we have achievements like for instance, playing your first game in a ranked mode. That's one of them, for instance, that comes to mind. Offline, we have like finish the game with X character, or play the games like versus games locally, because we want to have people to play it locally as well, right?
Exactly. I believe that the local play is so good that it will be the major audience for it.
Yeah, I do hope so, yeah. Right?
There's a question right there that's very difficult to respond
Which one?
to. I believe it's a little more up. Oh, there.
Which one?
I believe the programmers will hate me for talking about it, but any plans for trials mode? We are there. Yeah, your Dragon PS.
As I said, we are considering those, but we cannot commit to that yet. Like
we won't promise.
If we wish we could implement everything that we like our hearts desired and yours hearts desire as well, but there is some technical aspects to it that may become difficult to overcome, right? So
but
we are definitely, everything is on the table. No card is off the table at the moment.
That's so one we are of the working features on that we're trying to make it work, but it's not good as we want it.
And this is something promise, really good. good thing that you brought up. We are not releasing something that we don't believe you deserve, right? So
Yeah.
what I mean is, whatever is in the final product is something that we believe is up to your standards,
Yeah.
right? Because we want to make the game that make us proud to release and make you guys proud to play, right? So if we see that one of these modes that are still being worked on is not up to your standards, we will not release it, right? We want to make just the cream of the crop available for you guys in this collection. So there are modes that we have already confirmed here that are there already. Like I said, the team battle is already a reality. All of the other modes we have discussed here are already a reality. Some that are still being worked on. The trials, like I said, the survival mode and the extra mode. These are things that are still being worked on, right? If they become like I said, something that we are proud of delivering to you guys up to your standard, then they will make it to the final version of the game. If not, we wouldn't like to compromise the content releasing something that is subpar. You don't deserve that. You deserve the better of it, right? You deserve just the best because you guys are the best, right?
But I can promise you that we
We
are
are
trying.
trying.
We're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edinokun is actually bringing a very good question. Will there be a spectate mode? Yes. Will there be? No, it's already working. So you'll be able to actually watch matches. And I said it like you'll be able to watch matches online and also watch matches later using the replay
Yeah,
feature,
the
right?
recorded matches. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it possible? So is it possible? Few Games is asking here. Is it possible, and are there plans to insert characters by DLC, or is the game closed? So we wanted to bring you the experience of Breakers and Breakers Revenge as they were originally, and what we are doing of different is bringing these additional modes and certain adjustments, but there will be not at this time additional characters. But that doesn't mean that maybe in the future we could bring. It's going to depend on you guys, right? So if you guys play the game at release and you guys like, because we need, as a company, we need to understand whether or not you would like to have that in the game, right? So if enough people purchase the game and the community keeps the game alive and the game uh, continues to bring that traction, of course we'll consider taking like the next step with the game and bringing something via DLC. But, and I want to emphasize that the version of the game that will be released is a complete version. We will not prepare something in the intent of, we're gonna release that later as a DLC.
Later. No.
No. What you're gonna get when the game releases is the complete version of it. Now, if the game continues with traction after release and you guys keep supporting the game, of course we'll consider bringing more stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
Right? Shimano asked, did we discuss lobbies already? Yes, and yes, they will be available. So the online modes will have online lobbies for up to 8 players, if I'm not mistaken, right now. And you can actually add them to your social matches. Yeah, so definitely lobbies are a part of the game.
Shout out to Fabio from Taverna Indie.
Hello, Fabio. French community is working on a database website for the game. Can we easily have access to the assets, parts, animations? Would be very helpful. Akito can please reach out to our marketing team, and they can sort things out with you. Okay. I cannot comment to that because I'm part of the technical team.
Yeah.
Right? So Spliff said, if you release, I will support on every platform. Thank you, Spliff. We are very, very thankful. So Few Games said, "I'll do my part to make this game a success. You deserve all the support possible." Thank you, Few
very
Games.
much.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
We do hope that the game we release, like I said, is up to your standard, guys. So that's what we are working on. We are the reason the game is taking a little longer than it was expected is exactly because we want to deliver the best experience for you guys, right? But as I said, no confirmation on release date yet. But of course, we are working with our release window of 2022, right? Our plans are to release the game this calendar year. Yeah.
Like Bruno said in the start of the transmission, wish list it on Steam to be a par with the news and all the things that we are planning
Exactly.
and dates that we can share and everything. Wish list on Steam, it's a very good thing to, well, to be with par with the game.
Yeah, to
be
keep
par
up
with
to
that.
date,
Yeah,
right? So
keep up to date. Yeah.
even if you're not, I said that, but I'll repeat it. Even if you're not planning on buying Breakers Collection on PC, you're buying them on consoles, or even if you're not planning on buying Breakers Collection at all, go ahead and add it to your wish list on Steam. So at least you get to know like every new piece of information we release, right? So for you to keep up to date, go to bit.ly/breakers Steam. So double S there, right? So not only you keep up to date, but also if we decide to make like another beta, you'll be notified via your wish list, right? So you'll be the first to know, right? If we do another beta, or if we decide to go early access on PC, right?
It's not impossible to happen, so you have to stay tuned.
Exactly. Yeah. So Canaldo Ed is asking language support English, Brazilian, Portuguese, more. This is something that we are still checking.
It's because the original game it's only English. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
So something that is important, as we mentioned earlier today, there are two pieces of the game running, right? So we have a custom code running the games in the background, right? And then an engine running on the front end with the interfaces and integration. So those two pieces they work separately when it comes to localization, right? So we still have to see how that's going to work, because again, because of technical issues, bringing other languages into the game may not be that simple, right? But again, we are working on it. If it's up to your standard, it will be released. If it's subpar, maybe you won't see the light of day, right? Balance updates post launch. Again, everything we are going to provide full support to the game, but how much of our dedication is going to go into post launch is going to actually depend on you guys, on how much the community embraces the game, right?
But responding to the question, exactly on the launch, it's exactly game that was launched on the arcades. On launch. But like Bruno said, who knows about the future?
Yeah. Was there any consulting from pro players during the game development? Yes, yes. We did have some input from pro players. And also, as we mentioned earlier, we had an online beta back in February. And the feedback we collected from that beta period went into the game. So we are always listening to the community. We are definitely reaching out to the pro players to listen of their impressions and opportunities for improvement on the game.
And pro players are so cool. They are great guys. A big shout out to them. They know what we are talking about.
So Ultra Willpower is asking, the online will still run on GGPO2? Yes, we are using rollback netcode for breakers. So that's a definite yes. And when setting input delay in online, will the computer recommend the delay number based on your opponent's connection and location? So yes, you do have a default value that is going to come for you based on those specifications, but you'll be able to set to customize that if you'd like. Okay, but yeah, input delay is definitely an option. It's going to be available for you. Jonas Razier is asking about the physical version. How come there are special rules for Germany and shipping is cheaper? Is the physical version produced in Germany?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why. Yeah. So
That,
the physical version is distributed out of Europe, right? So in that case, for countries closer to that region, it's going to be cheaper because that's how shipping works, right?
yeah,
So
strictly limited games are German company. Yes,
yeah.
they're making there.
I never played the Neo Geo version. What was the extra mode? Extra mode was something that was released in the Neo Geo CD version, right? And it actually had some adjustments to the gameplay that you could enable, so you could exploit something. People like it, so there are some exploits that it could make during the gameplay that made it a little different than the original versions. You know, like I said, it was specific to the Neo Geo CD, which is something that we're still working on. I said it earlier in the in our session here. We cannot commit to extra mode. We are still working on those. Again, we will only bring the what we believe is going to work for you guys. So yes, we are considering extra mode. We are working on it, but there is no confirmation for that yet. Simplified inputs for newbies with options to turn on and off. Not for now. Like I said, this is something we're investigating, but what we have seen so far is that people who play breakers prefer the original command inputs, so we'll see. Push X said here, wish listed. Congrats on the awesome work. Thank you very much, Push X. Thank you very much for wish listing us, and thank you for such nice words. We hope you like the game when it releases. Any plans for the arranged Neo Geo CD soundtrack as an option? Huh.
Wow.
Wow. Maybe it's already there. Maybe. Hmm. Who knows? Can we expect more fighting games from QUByte in the future? Gustavus does is asking. Yes, we have announced already our next fighting game, which is gonna be Rage of the Dragons. So we have mentioned that during our QUByte connection connect. Oh, some of you may not know that, but every year QUByte holds an event that is called QUByte Connect. If you go to our YouTube channel right now, you're gonna have access to the last year's QUByte Connect, so 2021,
Yeah.
and we also
All
released
the
our very
launches,
first
yeah.
in 2020.
That,
And during these events, we show not only the games that we have released over the course of that year, but also the upcoming games. And one of those was Rage of the Dragons. So our next fighting game project after the release of Breakers is Rage of the Dragons, another classic Neo Geo game.
unbelievable game. Just
Yeah,
so beautiful. And yes, it will have the same treatment, the same love that we're giving to
yeah.
Breakers, we are giving it to Raid of the Dragons. Definitely.
So Ultra Willpower is asking, not just crossplay, but have you also considered cross progression as well? Yes, we have considered. This is something we are working on. Like we cannot commit because platforms, right? So, but yes. We during the test, this is something I can speak of. During the tests, we were able to keep your online progress across platforms,
Yeah.
right? The only thing there is the offline progress because it depends on the saving structure and this is a specification of each platform. And when you talk about tampering with the save, that is definitely something that involves a little risk. So all I can say is yes, this is something that we are definitely working on. Yes, this is something that we were able to get to work with your online progress. For offline, this is something that we are still trying to get like to work across platforms. Can we personalize our favorite characters' pictures with those from the gallery mode? Uh, Waso who is asking. Your gamer profile, you'll be able to customize using the pictures you collect. So when you play the game, you unlock art for
the gallery,
and
and the
you also
thumbnails.
unlock
Yeah.
pictures for your profiles. They may not be exactly the same, so because there are different versions, and we want them to be varied. So yes, you're gonna collect new pictures from your characters for you to display on your player profile, as well as we mentioned, like winning quotes and
Yeah.
um, other.
But that's a very good idea, making some fun arts, thumbnails from fun arts. You won't be able to use the art gallery from thumbnails, that won't be possible, but that's a great idea for making new thumbnails where we already have a bunch of them. Make some new thumbnails from those fun arts. That's a very good idea.
So Akiro is saying, recruit me. I would have big JSON converter for the save file from your database into every platform. Yeah, if it only were that easy, it's not that simple. The thing is not the save file per se; it's when it goes into the platforms, right? And we have a series of validations in place that those platforms they don't like when you tamper with those files, you know. So we wish it were that easy. Yeah. Is there a gallery option to view character endings? Yes, it's part of the gallery. So you're gonna see like the not just the winning pose from your characters, but also the ending and intro from your characters. They will be available in the gallery for you to unlock.
Yeah.
Few Games is asking, any chance of a collector's version? Yes, it already exists with our partners at Strictly Limited Games. They have built physical versions, including collector's editions of Breakers.
Beautiful version.
Mm-hmm.
With a lot of stuff, a lot of items, some very beautiful manual and art book. Very, very good.
Any other doubts, guys? Any other questions? So, I forgot that because we have this option here.
Oh,
So the questions they can be on screen. Gustavo is asking, is it possible to edit the game's difficulty level freely? Yes, you can select the difficulty level. Of course, in online, no, because the difficulty is your opponent, right? But in local modes, yes, you can edit the difficulty level. Yeah. So, will Baiho stage appear as a playable stage? Yes.
for those who doesn't know, by who it's the
The
end
final boss, yeah.
the final boss in the game.
Yeah. So Jonas Razor has asked. So we have here a question. LR 2013. Could you add more color or is it impossible? It's not impossible, and it's something that we mentioned earlier. We're definitely planning on adding. We definitely have something that is going to be additional. So you actually have one color per button you press, but yes, there will be additional colors. Actually, we're planning up to 9 colors. So let's read a few more questions because we need to close this, huh?
We won't give you all the game.
Yeah.
We have to make more of these meetings.
Out of curiosity, and I know it's a little unrelated, but any updates on Rage of the Dragons? Like I said, we have announced Rage of the Dragons. We are working in what we call pre-production. Yeah.
One thing I can say, the interface is becoming beautiful from Rage of the Dragons. Breakers, I already love it, but Rage of the Dragons, it's becoming beautiful.
Yeah. Another question here, and I believe this is the last one for our session today, because if I give you out, if I spill all the beans today, you won't be returning for our next sessions. And something that is very important. please let us know if you like these kind of sessions because we plan on doing those regularly. We do have our sessions for the Portuguese speakers like twice a month, and we are planning on holding these for English speakers as well every 2 weeks. So that's going to make it twice a month as well, not just for breakers, but for our other releases. So we are planning on talking about our other games from our partners. So Mars, for instance, is another game that we're working on.
And follow us on YouTube and Twitch. That we
Yeah,
will talk about a lot about other games. If you won't watch it last week, it will make it in Portuguese, but you can see a lot of Mars, our another game that we are working on it. We're very proud of it, and it will become available pretty soon. We will make another encounters about it as well.
yeah. So just to close here, the last question here from Nikito. Follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/QUByte Games. QUByte is QUBytes, okay? So was it hard, it's a Kirokun, was it hard to get the game license right from Visco or others? The reason he's asking others is because we also have other partners like Pico, for instance, which is our partner for Rage of the Dragons, right? And other games that we have in the QUByte Classics line, right? But yes, actually, one of our associates here, Cabral, hey Cabral, he actually started discussions with Visco like back in 2017,
Yeah,
2017, 2016
because of this one
for
right
the release
here.
of Asar, right? So we first approached, and Cabral had very long conversations. Of course, it's not easy because you need to let people know that you're gonna treat their games with the respect they deserve. And we understand that people, when they create a game that is as important as Vasara and Breakers, they have a special love for them, right? And they won't let anyone handle that. So yes, there was a lot of talking, a lot of convincing to let Visco. So Visco would let us bring those games to modern platforms, right? So he of course wanted to see what we could achieve, what we could deliver, and I believe that the main reason for his trust in us is exactly because we showed great respect for the work he did, and when we delivered the game, mainly Vasara, which was the first release that we had in this partnership, he could see the love we had it. And that's why we want to emphasize here that all of the features that are going to see in the final game are something that we believe you are going to be proud of. So if something is not there, it's because maybe it was not as good as we believed you deserve, right? And remember, we have to respect that. So uh, I believe that in the first place, we respect you because you are the reason we make games, right? If it weren't for you, there would be no reason for us to make games. We make games for the gamers you are, for people who are fan of the games we make or fan of the games that other companies make, but you are the reason we do it, right? And we want to respect you and we want to respect that. And rest assured, we are doing our best. We are pouring our hearts out and we are putting our hearts into it to deliver the best experience we can so you guys get the game you deserve. Okay?
Yeah,
I believe that's it.
That's
It's
it
time
for
to
now, for
close.
today.
It's time for a closure. These lives gonna be available on YouTube after we close it. So if you wanna see it again, if you wanna check it again, if you wanna send the link to your friends, let them know that we are doing this.
Yeah.
And please let us know in the comments if you'd like to see more sessions like these. Okay, not only for breakers, like I said, we will hold a special event for the announcement of the release date of breakers in the future. So stay tuned, right? But we're gonna hold these meetings like in English every 2 weeks. We have sessions also in Portuguese every 2 weeks. So every week we'll have a session, but one in Portuguese, one in English, and that's gonna be alternating. Speaking of the games that we love making for you guys. Okay? Thank you very much Hope you have enjoyed this session. Have a good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. Good day, good morning.
Thank you very much.
Take
See
care.
you again.
Take care, and thank you very much. Bye bye.